What's going on, family? It is Elijah Jordan here. And listen, I wanted to speak to my chosen ones, and I want to be clear with y'all on something on today. This is a word of encouragement for y'all. And I want you to know that misunderstanding is not a threat to your life. So many of you, you've gone your whole lives because you're different, you're unique. You're not like everybody else. You've been misunderstood by people, right? The thing that makes you great, the thing that makes you unique, the thing that makes you your gift, right? All of these things, a lot of times growing up, are the very things that people will make you feel like are weird about you. And so what happens is every time you express yourself, every time you express who you are, your gifting, what makes you distinct, you feel like you're being punished for it. You get mocked for it. You get persecuted for it. Your family doesn't understand you. The people that you grow up around don't understand you. And this is traumatizing. So now what this does is it causes you to hide the very thing that God loves about you, and you end up becoming somebody else. You're like, man, why is this a curse? Why am I so misunderstood? No matter what I try to do to explain myself to people, which you shouldn't be explaining yourself anyway, that's a trauma response. But you try to explain yourself, you try to prove to people who you are, and it's like no matter what, people will not accept me for me. People, no matter what I do, always twist and make up their own narratives concerning who they think that I am, and they run with it. And as a result, I feel like I'm never able to be myself. I never have the environment, the room, or the safety to just be me to where people understand me. And you think it's a curse, and you think it's the devil. But God wanted me to remind you on today that he's the one that made it this way. If you were like everybody else, you wouldn't have the power to change and bring transformation to the environments and the people that he wants you to bring transformation to. You're a disruptor. You challenge, you provoke things, you stir up people's demons, you stir up environments. That's who you are. So embrace it and do not allow the persecution or mockery of other people to intimidate you. Listen, misunderstanding is not a threat. It's actually a sign of originality. When you step into a room and everybody in the room thinks you're the one that's off. Listen, it might not be that something's off about you, but there's a different light that rests upon you, and you need to embrace it and let that light shine before men. Because every pioneer looks out of place at first. When you have a new idea, it's going to look strange before it becomes standard for everyone else. Remember that authentic voices are always going to sound different before they become influential. Creativity is going to require courage. If you sit around and wait for approval or wait for people to accept you your whole life, you're going to bury your brilliance, and you're never going to be who God created you to be, and you're never going to make the impact he intended for you to make. Anytime you seek for validation, you're silencing your originality. You're silencing your authenticity. You're being hijacked. So truth, you have to remember that truth often looks strange before it looks wise. People mock Noah until it rained. They mock David until he actually beat Goliath. People mock Jesus until the resurrection. The pattern is ancient when it comes to the chosen people of God. Revelation, unique wisdom that most people don't have. It's ridiculed before it actually brings change and before people actually respect it. Your weirdness is often your assignment in disguise. I know that some people watching this needed to hear this and needed this to be your confirmation on today. The thing that you think is too different is usually the thing that God intends to use. I want to ask y'all this question. Where are you burying your creativity because you fear of being mocked by other people? The thing is that many people hide their best ideas because they fear being misunderstood. But I want you to remember something. It's the people who are different. It's the people who are weird that make the most money. It's the people that are unusual or strange that gain the most influence. Why? Because they're different. Different people stand out. It draws attention. Therefore, it makes money. Therefore, it makes impact. Therefore, it brings transformative change. All right? Now, the Bible literally says that we are a peculiar people. Do you know the word peculiar literally means strange and unusual? You are a bit strange. Let people think you're weird. That is actually the thing that makes you great. A lot of people are hiding their best ideas because they fear being misunderstood. They fear the mockery, okay? And the fear of mockery is a lot of times louder than the desire for expression. So creativity, especially heavenly creativity, it usually dies in environments where approval becomes your currency. So your originality is not a liability. It's actually your divine fingerprint. It's your divine signature. And I want y'all to begin to embrace that thing on today, y'all. So what idea have you been sitting on because it feels too strange? What expression of who you truly are, your authenticity, have you muted or have you silenced because you're trying to avoid people judging you? Because you're trying to avoid people judging you because you want their acceptance. And if you really think about it, why would we seek acceptance from the same people that continue to reject who we truly are? They're going to judge you anyway. You're going to end up trying to be like everybody else, trying to fit into certain environments. They're not going to accept you anyway. And all you're going to do is you're going to leave feeling devalued and disappointed every single time. What part of your identity have you been editing because you've been trying to fit in with people? So could the thing that you call weird or that people call weird be the thing that matters the most? I want to give you 4 points really quick. 4 points. Number 1, your uniqueness is your assignment. God hides purpose inside of peculiarity. Number 2, your difference is your distinction. It's your wiring. It's who you are naturally. What makes you stand out is what makes you necessary. Number 3, your weirdness is often your wisdom in seed form. It looks strange to everybody else because it's ahead of its time. But when you begin to walk in that thing and it actually gains influence and it actually gains impact, then people who used to mock you are going to catch up and be like, oh, Buddy wasn't so weird after all. And you're going to sometimes even begin to inspire the same people who used to persecute you. It's crazy how that works, but you have to persevere and you have to have courage and bravery to get through the seasons where it's only you and God believing in your vision and nobody else. Many people don't have the capacity or the internal strength or the security in themselves to deal with going through seasons where everybody thinks you're crazy. Everybody rejects you. Nobody believes in you. Everybody thinks you a little weird, you a little off. If you can persevere through those moments and stick with something long enough to see if it actually works out, I promise you, it's going to inspire more people than you think. The 4th thing, if you don't express it, the world is going to lose it. Suppressed creativity is stolen identity. And you're also stealing the very resource that heaven wants to give the people that you were sent to influence and only you can influence. Stop explaining, start embodying. And God wanted me to tell y'all this on today. Start coloring outside the frame. Start coloring outside the frame, meaning don't be afraid to be unique and don't be afraid to be different. So the last thing I wanted to give you on today is this. And I want you all to remember that every pioneer in the kingdom is misunderstood at first. Every innovator is going to be called weird before they're called brilliant. Every creator is going to be mocked before they're celebrated. So I ask you this, where have you silenced your voice because someone might not understand it? Where have you dimmed your originality because you didn't want to stand out, because you were afraid of the judgment that came with it? Where have you labeled your own genius as too weird, too different, or too much? What if the thing that you're hiding is the thing that actually matters the most in this life? What if the idea that you're scared to share with the world is the idea that would actually change everything, even the lives of everybody who encounters you? What if the part of you that feels the most unusual is actually the part of you that carries the very assignment that God has given you? Stop explaining, stop shrinking, stop trying to make your brilliance digestible for people who were never meant to understand it, people who you weren't even called to. Start embodying it, start expressing it, and start coloring outside the frame in this season. I hope this can motivate and empower somebody on today. Let the lion come outside in Jesus' mighty name. Come on, let's get it.